It's Hump Day Wednesday. Let's get over to Brooke with the latest on the forecast.
Don't do that, Leah. Don't take us back to Monday. We've got 2 days on it. And of course, tax season always a time. So we'll just talk about something more exciting. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Right now, we've got a lot of cloud cover. It's sort of a beautiful sight as you look onto the city here. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s waking up this morning. But this afternoon, we'll see those 60s returning right now at that 51-degree mark, and our feels like temperatures matching up. We're going to have a lot of cloud cover all day today. Not as much sunshine as we were seeing yesterday, but dry nonetheless today and tomorrow with minimal visibility issues. So far, we really haven't seen much fog developing. Of course, as the sun begins to rise here shortly, we'll be watching for that all the more. Wind speeds have been nice and light. They're still out of the north, and we'll continue with an eventual transition on that direction. So your hourly forecast brings us into the mid and upper 60s this afternoon. Tomorrow and Friday, we've got 70s back. It's going to feel spring-like ahead of Groundhog Day, which is on Saturday, so we'll see what Puxatawny Phil has to say. The infrared satellite's been showing a lot of cloud cover all morning, and that'll be the case in your afternoon. Again, less sunshine than we saw yesterday, so it's going to feel a little chilly when you're stepping outside. Make sure you bundle up. Always the case when we don't have the sunny side of the street to walk on. We'll continue with that low-end severe risk as the main headline into the next 48 and 72 hours, so something to keep in mind for your Friday morning commute. But you'll notice that water vapor imagery showing lots of cloud cover and moisture returning across southeast Louisiana, and then we shift our focus over to the west. That's where that upper level low is going to bring us additional disturbances into the next couple of days. Now, this is Pacific in nature, so we're not going to see a big cool down, but we're going to stay a little bit warmer and just drop off a couple degrees once that next cool front passes by. All the cold air well to our north, and we're not seeing that overall ridging or trough, if you will, dig super south. So instead, we're going to stay zonal in our flow and once again, warm headed towards the extended outlook. Here's the warm front that passes us by as we approach Friday morning. We're going to see those showers moving in from the west and then moving across our area and weakening in intensity a little bit, heading towards daybreak and early morning. So we should be just fine for the commute. The big overall takeaway with this as a threat will be wind gusts picking up and heavy downpours, but we're not looking to see much flooding because everything's going to move through so quickly. And then we'll have that cold front pushing through on the backside as well, which brings our temperatures back into the low 60s for your Saturday. So if we were to see anything, it'd pretty much be in the western portion of the viewing area, that marginal risk for much of southeast Louisiana, which is a level 1 out of 5 risk from the Storm Prediction Center, and we'll see the possibility of some gusty winds as a primary concern. Most of this out of here by noon on Friday. So then we'll have improvements and look at your forecast for Saturday morning back into the 40s and 50s like you're waking up to right now. Humidity values will be pretty comfortable and pleasant once we get past today and Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, dropping off a good bit, staying nice and low into Sunday, Monday as well. And then they pick back up a little bit as we warm into next week, the early part of it. Once again, feeling pretty spring-like. So we'll go from these upper 60s to low 70s, dip off into the low 60s and upper 60s, and then return to those 70s for the start of Super Bowl week. Overall, I don't think rainfall amounts will be too significant. Again, we're going to have those storms moving through pretty quickly. So we'll continue with above average conditions all the way through the extended outlook, which takes us to late January and early February, even mid-February. Here's the 7-day forecast. I think Puxatawny Phil is going to call for an early spring.